Today's Cosplay Con Talk episode is sponsored by Moco Queen Color Contacts. Don't forget to use my code Wayne for 10% off at checkout at mocoqueen.com. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
How's it, everyone? Wayne the Unknown here, and welcome back to another episode of Cosplay Con Talk, where we basically discuss everything pertaining to the cosplay community at conventions. Try not to say the other intro I do for geeking out. I'm here with Delong Family Cosplay. This will be the second time I've had a family cosplay group on the channel. How are y'all doing today? Or
Doing
tonight, I
good.
should say.
We're doing good.
So,
Just that dinner.
so nice. So, real quick, for those who may not know you, who wants to introduce themselves first?
First, I'm Sandra, the mom. Do you want to introduce yourself or you want me to? Okay, this is Bruce, the reason why we cosplay in the first place.
And I'm Jeff. I build all this stuff.
And you're the dad.
Yeah.
Not to be mistaken for Jeff the Shark.
No. Yeah, no.
Again, welcome all of you. For those who are also familiar, this family has also been in some of my convention showcase videos, most recently of 2024 for both Anna Medford and Metal Art Comic Con. And if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was back in 2023, Sandra, you were the gelatinous cube from Dungeons and Dragons, if I'm not mistaken. Or am I thinking? Oh, and I'm probably thinking. I'm thinking of someone else that I thought it was you for a minute. So I guess to begin, the name Delong Fam Cosplay. Who came up with that name?
I did.
Now I take it that's your guys' last name.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're a family that cosplays. And Instagram wouldn't let me put family. They just let me put fam, so that's why it's what it is.
The Delong Fam, yeah, no, because Instagram has that thing. Oh, you can't have too many characters in the name.
Yeah.
So when did you all start? Did you start individually, or was it because your son wanted to have you guys cosplay together?
I had done it before. I had a dead hand with a baby hand. And then he did Aang in a Sinister Creature Con, a zombie Aang, and
that was the first win.
Oh, that was first win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we went to a local convention here in Sacramento, and he was dressed as Aang, and we met a couple of the voice actors, Olivia Hack and Jenny. I can never remember Jenny's last name.
Jenny Kwan.
Yeah, Jenny Kwan. We met them. They loved his avatar so much. Olivia suggested that we make him a Instagram instead, because I'm a cautious mom. I made it a family Instagram account, mainly featuring him, but you also obviously see all of us, and we do our group cosplays and stuff together. Now, what Jeff was trying to talk about was that same month we went to a convention here in Sacramento, also called Sinister Halloween Con, and Bruce entered first time entering in a contest, and he wanted to be Aang and zombified. He's like, Dad, can you make me zombie Aang? So he did, and he went up there and he won category. And Bruce has won the kid category for Sinister Creature Con every time, 5 times going now, because they do it twice a year.
Nice, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone do a zombie Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender, so that's really cool.
Yeah, his has one other special feature is the arrow for Aang's forehead. The stripe is his mohawk.
Oh, that is honestly really clever. I've seen a few people will do that with their hair. Like if they have hair, they'll shave it down to look like, and then temporary dye it blue, because sometimes trying to paint the arrow is not always easy.
Yeah, well, we have
I made a makeshift stencil for the actual front arrow.
Very nice.
So I just, at this point, I put it up there. I spray his hair with the blue hairspray, and then I put it on his forehead, and I spray his forehead with blue hairspray too.
Honestly, that's really clever. So you said your first con was the creature one, or was it a different con? All of you together?
All of us together as a group.
That would have been Comic Verse.
We weren't all dressed up for Comic Verse.
That still, I mean, that still counts like first con, even if you guys didn't dress up, that still counts.
Okay, then it would be no, because it's in. I'm trying to probably Stack Anime Winter then.
Ooh, I love Stack Anime.
2023 because we started this October of 22.
Ooh, and I haven't been to Stack Anime Winter or Spring, but I've definitely been there summer, and that con can get pretty packed.
Yeah.
Summer and winter are in the same venue, so it's very similar.
Oh, they are the same venue or no?
Yeah, summer and winter are. Spring is in a different venue.
Oh, that's right. Spring is in a different. Yeah, summer and winter are at the Safe Convention Center.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a big building.
Yeah, it is.
And they're outgrowing the building. They're going into other buildings now.
Oh yeah,
like,
I've heard that. I've heard that it's like.
Plus, I think they had part of Memorial this time.
Ooh, and I know also the hotel next to the convention center. They do some stuff there, so where you get your badges, or they have like their
they've been doing that
their other events.
They've been doing that forever. I think the first time I went to a SAC anime was like 2000 something teen, and they were down there for the tickets. Back in the teens.
Yeah, you go in the hotel, and you have to walk down the stairs, and then the big ballroom is where you get your tickets and
and God help you if you have a bulky costume.
Oh, that's always a good thing. So, SAC Anime Winter, when you all went for the first time as a family, what was that like?
It wasn't too bad because a lot of Avatar characters were there. So we did mainly go for him to meet them. So he was an Aang. I was Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. I can't remember what you dressed up was. Was it Finn? From Adventure Time?
No, because I didn't get Finn until he got BMO.
Okay. I know you dressed up. I just don't remember.
Probably Deadpool.
Yeah, most likely he was Deadpool. But it was fun. We mostly spent the first day waiting in lines for everyone so he can meet everyone from Avatar and see Olivia again. And she remembered him and was very happy to see him again.
No. Olivia Hack is from someone who's met Olivia Hack and actually got to talk to him, she is a really amazing person.
Yeah, she is really nice and really sweet.
So did you guys go for all three of because I know it's a 3-day con. Yes, 3-day con. Did you guys go for all the days, or like 1 day, 2 days?
Typically, we do 2 days. We do 2 days. She started doing 3 now because she's doing
the Geek Fashion Show, which is on Fridays. Ooh. So Fridays, I'm there by myself because you have to be there all day for all the prep stuff and photos and everything while they're at school or work. And so I'll do that. And then Saturday, Sunday, we're there together as a family.
So the Geek Fashion Show, I don't think I've ever... I've heard of it, but I've never stayed long enough to see it at SAC Anime Summer. What is that all about, and what's that entail?
Basically, the organizer, Duggery, he has all these different designers. Some of them you'll see at local conventions and stuff when they sell their own handmade clothing or purses or what have you. And he'll bring them in and they design some clothes for them. And then whoever, it's kind of like a volunteer thing, or you get brought in from something like got brought in from another cosplayer. I don't know if you know her, Cindy Rue Cosplays.
Oh, I'm familiar with Cindy Rue. She's actually been on the channel before.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Well, yeah, you know, she's really nice too. She was actually one of the judges on Bruce's first win at Sinister and announced him. So on our Instagram, it's pinned. His win from there is pinned on there, so you can hear her announcing him and see him running up to get his prize for Sinister too.
Very nice.
So she brought me in, And this past SAC Anime, the winter one was my second time doing it. And the designers, from what I understand, they pick out of all the models they have of who they want to represent them and model their clothing or handbags or whatever they're designing. And and then they get your measurements, they make stuff for you. And as the models, you got to get there super early, get checked in, do a fitting, your makeup done, get your promo photos done, practice your walk, practice your pose. And if you do 2 different designers, you got to be sure you're quick to do your wardrobe changes. I had to do this time because I did 2 different designers. They both wanted me.
And we'll be definitely talking more about that. Back to you, Jeff. What was it like going to? Because I know you said you gone to SAC Anime by yourself. What was it like going together as a family?
Well, even back when I went by myself, I was still going with friends, but because all my friends are nerds, so. But yeah, going as a family. There's at a level you have to pay attention to make sure he stays around, especially, and you already know those places get super crowded and freaking congested.
Oh, yeah, I know it. Dealers Hall can be pretty packed.
So I'm really good at breaking through crowds. So it's me and then the kid and then her. So she can watch him, and I can make the hole.
I mean, it's nice. I mean, I can tell. Like, I mean, you know from experience, using the dealer / artist hall at SAC Anime, and it can get like pretty packed. You know, you just like turn around for 1 second. Next thing you know, there's just like it's not that you're like really crammed, but at the same time, there's just so many people. Not to mention how when people purchase those advance tickets, they get to go in early. So the time it's time for everyone else to go in around like 10. It's just like there's so many people already.
Yeah. They don't. Well, SAC Anime doesn't really do much for advance. That one doesn't do advance really anymore. Whether you have VIP or whatever, it's pretty much all the same entry time now.
Oh, really? Because I remember.
Yeah.
Because I think you remember back. Oh, sorry.
They got to a point where they have so many people that it just isn't feasible. It would be a lot of extra work for the people, because not this last time we went, but the one we went to before that, summer, the line went from right there, that entrance right there by the Starbucks, all the way down that street, around the corner, down the venue, around the other side, down the little alleyway where the loading docks are, all the way back to Capitol Mall intersection, made a left, went all the way down that section. Then there was a gap for the street, and then it was starting on the other side of the street there.
Oh, jeez. I remember when I went back in 2019, me and my sister, like they had like, hey, those who have the advanced thingy can get in here like at 9:30. Those who, don't have to wait till 10, and make sure you have your badges and your wristband.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And they're getting to a point where they're having to eliminate vendors to make more room for people.
It's becoming one of those.
Because fire code says you have to have X amount of people, you have to have X amount of space for walkway and such and such.
Well, yeah, I don't blame them. They don't want what was like Anime Expo, where it got so crowded that it just started getting so hot that fire marshal was like, hey, you guys have to leave, or something bad could happen. Yeah.
The summer they had the parents of Bluey and
I remember
the voice
that.
actors, and on Saturday it was like going to like one of the big LA cons. It was just shoulder to shoulder every aisle. To walk down an aisle is what it used to be to walk down 2 or 3 aisles there.
Back to you, Sandra. A question I always ask here. Um, so,
Okay.
so when it comes to someone going to their first con, whether it's this big con, as I call it, so if anyone watches, I like to categorize cons. You got your small cons, which are like at hotels, small venues, and you got your medium cons, which are Disneyland. You got your big cons that I categorize as Disney World. So, question is, Sandra, what kind of advice would you want to give to someone who wants to go to their first con, whether it's a small, medium, or large con?
Mm, just have fun. If you're a little scared, go with someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or something. That way, you have someone there with you. If you get scared or overwhelmed, you can get out. Because even if it's your first one's a big one, and you think it's going to be one thing, and it turns out something else, you're not alone.
That's
So,
sound advice. Sorry,
have a
go
buddy.
ahead. As I call it, as I call it, and to quote Finding Nemo, have a convention exit buddy, someone to go with you just in case you get overwhelmed or it's just crowded, like someone like have Jeff come along with you, because let's face it, these bigger cons can be very intimidating if you want to go to a big one for the first time.
Yeah.
And some of them are so massive it's easy to get lost.
Like
I don't
again,
know
Stack
if
Anime,
you've
for
been
example.
the San Jose Convention Center, but they have like a full-size venue room on the first story and another one on the second story, and then all these little side rooms everywhere. Yeah, it can get easy to get lost in some of these convention halls, and it's connected to a hotel, so that makes it even more fun.
Oh god, yeah, because you not only do you got the cosplayers and attendees, but you also got the hotel guests that you're like having to walk past to get back to your room.
Yeah, they're looking at you like, what the heck? We get that all the time.
Yeah, especially out at Reno when we go to Silver Age, because we'll stay at the Lannis and just walk across the bridge.
Oh, wait, that one's connected to the convention center?
So
Yeah.
Atlantis and the convention center are across the street from each other, and they have a bridge that connects them.
Ooh, I'll have to remember that when I can eventually go down to Silver Age. That's good to know.
And then you do have to walk across the floor a little bit to get to the bridge. But which, I mean, when you're in full costume, you get some interesting looks. I mean, we walked across. Yeah, we walked across this last time for Silver Age dressed as Marvel zombies. She was Rogue with her intestines hanging out. I'm Wolverine. I have my freaking eyeball. I have an eyeball dangling out my mouth, and the whole bottom jaw is ripped apart. Bruce has his whole bottom jaw shredded as Spider-Man Punk.
Oh man, that is awesome. I mean, yeah, you get those looks, but like you don't care. You're on your way to con. You're having fun.
Well,
There's
you're
actually
trying to pay attention to all these little signs because you have to like go this way and then go around here and then wrap this way because you can't cut to the floor because he's not old enough.
Oh, that's right, because it's a casino too, huh?
Yeah.
I forgot there's a lot of hotel casinos in Reno, mainly because it's Nevada, so you're gonna have a lot of hotel casinos coming with you. So this is like the second time I've asked this because you guys are a family group. What's it like going to these cons as a family? I kind of want to touch on a little bit more about that. Whoever wants to go first, then the next person can go next.
To me, it's fun, and we're making family memories for him, so he can't say we didn't do anything. He can look back like, my parents dragged me to all these places, and we dressed up in costumes. I met a lot of people. And it's something fun for us too, because we obviously like to dress up and stuff. We're still kids at heart. So the fact that he found the passion, he's like, I like this. Daddy, can you build me a BMO? And we're like, all right, we're doing this. And it's become what it is right now.
Same question for you, Jeff.
So it's cool. He doesn't even realize who half the people we end up hanging out around are. So, like, when we were up at that one, Annie Medford, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was
we ended up going out to dinner with a bunch of the voice actors that were there because we were hanging out with Distance Nerding the whole time. And
great people, by the way.
Yeah, and we ended up going out to dinner with like Brock and the Gamorrean Guard and like that whole.
Oh yeah, that was for that was Metal Arc.
Oh, Metal Arc.
Okay, yeah. So that one we ended up going out to eat with all of them over the 2 nights, and he doesn't know who half those people are.
He's just like, where I'm the only kid with a bunch of adults, whatever.
No, Distance Nerding and David Marina are great people. They speaking of cons, they run some pretty great cons here in Oregon, Nevada, their main one in Idaho, and then their one coming soon. The one in Tri-State, Powerhouse up in Tri-State, Washington this year.
Because it used to be out here in California, which is how we met Phil and Distance Nerding, because when they had Powerhouse in Pleasanton, that's how we met them.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Powerhouse, but there's no way to get down there. So I'm like, if they ever change it.
Well, now they're up in Washington. I don't know if that makes it easier.
In between.
4 hours one way or 4 hours the other.
Pretty much at this point. A question I always ask, and again, especially your family, what is traveling like? What's your budget like when it comes to traveling as a family for these cons? Because I know it's a lot more expensive if you were to travel alone or with friends.
So, for us, it depends on the show. The Dave and Marina shows, we're hanging out with Distance Nerding. We usually end up bunking with them, so that works out. And most of the time, we even end up riding up with them. But for other shows, like we're trying to get to LA Comic Con this year.
Ooh, I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys have fun.
Yeah. We'll probably end up bunking with the Distance Nerding guys, but we're gonna have to drive down there, and that one might even be a rental situation where we just rent a car, because all my cars are early 2000s or older.
A lot, and plus I feel like it's a lot safer too.
It's also a lot of wear in your vehicle.
Oh yeah, no, especially
like 350 miles round trip from Sacramento. So plus all the in-town driving in LA.
Oh yeah, no. And I hope you guys stay safe, especially with the LA fires and everything going on.
That one's not for a couple months.
Yeah, I don't think it's not until next fall when we plan to go.
So,
well, again, I still hope. Yeah, no. Hopefully, yeah. Another question I always ask, and I'm sure you guys will. I'm sure you guys will agree with this. Starting with you, Sandra. Always do your research when traveling for a con, whether it's for a hotel, whether it's for gas, whether it's for weather. Because then it's like, okay, we can pack this cosplay, not bring this one, because let's face it, not everyone does their research when they travel for a con. I'm not trying to harp on anyone, but it's always good to do your research.
Also check your venue.
Yeah.
Some venues run cold, some run hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you do have to take that into consideration.
The San Jose Convention Center tends to run a little cold, but if you go to like the Roseville Sac Anime over there, that one gets warm, especially being in spring, and it's basically a giant gym.
Oh jeez. But I imagine, Sandra, you always do your research when it comes to traveling for cons, especially, also, I'm sure you make sure to see where the nearest food places are, because convention food can be expensive.
Yeah, that's why also we will pack food, like when we go to Sac Anime, we have Lunchables and stuff in our bag, so we don't spend money.
You can't go wrong with Lunchables because they're cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm just walking around with an ice pack and drinks and Lunchables in my bag and snacks. I pack snacks. And I'll bring extras. We come with friends. Like last time, Phil came with us on Sunday, and we already had our Lunchables, but we had like leftover pizza and stuff. So we packed him a lunch too.
Oh, that's nice of you guys. And I will say this because I always say it: energy drinks do not count as a source of food.
No,
please don't.
They help. They're an enhancer.
Yeah, but like you don't want to be at a con, and next thing you know, you blew all your money on, merch, and next thing you know, oh, I have no money for food. Well, and you can't. And like, there's not always there's always that case where, you don't have someone with you who's packed a lunch because I do agree, and I'm sure Jeff, you can agree on this. It's always good to pack food with you or find a place nearby because again, con food can be expensive.
At least shove snacks in your pockets.
Yeah, because like even if you try to go somewhere nearby, like where Sac Anime is, there's a 7-Eleven down the street.
Oh, and that's right.
Filled, like you can wait in line just to even get inside for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour just to get in. Not even wait to pay for yourself, just to get in because it's so crowded.
Oh yeah, no, I remember seeing that when me and my sister went back in 2019, and I was just like, let's go somewhere else. Because yes, the convention has food inside, and then the Starbucks, then the coffee shop, and then you got the Starbucks at the hotel. But like,
and then there's the food truck when they have them,
and the hot dog people.
Yeah, even the hot dog carts are $10 for just one hot dog. And it doesn't really fill you up.
Don't remind me about paying $10 for a stinking hot dog. I made that mistake.
But it is wrapped in bacon.
I can make that myself if I wanted to. So another question is kind of about the attendee. So advice for cosplayers wanting to go to their con compared to an attendee, because going as an attendee, you're not really. I mean, well, a non-cosplayer, someone who doesn't want to cosplay, it's different when you're cosplaying because you're wearing your cosplay or you have a big bulky cosplay, and it's just like, okay, well, how can I maneuver around the con? Will we'll go to the bathroom be a lot easier, or will be harder? Starting with you, Jeff.
So, on the bulky costumes, definitely have a handler. That helps wonderfully. I have Reptar tucked back over here. Is
it like the inflatable Reptar?
No. I made a full EVA foam and felt Reptar.
Oh,
that can also be seen on our Instagram too.
I will definitely want a picture of that so I can show that. That sounds pretty cool.
That thing has originally I had 2 fans in there. Those things can get hot. So originally I had 2 fans. I had one in from the back and one out on the top because heat rises. So you're going to get coldest air at the bottom, hottest air at the top. So you blow the cold air in and the hot air out. That was not enough. The first time I put it on, I lasted maybe 20 minutes.
Ooh.
And then I was like getting that like spotty, I'm about to black out soon. Get me out of the thing. Since then I've added another 2 or 3 fans to the thing. And I still go in that thing with no shirt on and some shorty shorts and a pair of socks.
Have you thought like getting like that Under Armour shirt that's supposed to like keep you cool and everything?
I don't even go. I go no shirt. It's just easier for me at that point.
No, that's completely fair.
The one I do eventually want to get is they make the ice vest.
I've heard nothing but good things about those.
I used to work for Edible Arrangements, and I was mascot at one point, and we had one of those things. They work great for about 45 minutes, and then they kind of die off because it's nice back. But and once it melts, take it off. It's hurting you at that point. It's not helping you.
Yeah, it's weighing you down. No, that makes sense.
Well, it's weight plus also now you have these 2 sheets of plastic on front and back, so you're not getting the airflow.
Still, I
But,
just can't imagine wearing that Reptar thing, and it just like,
yeah,
especially having to go to the bathroom because
it's not as bad as you'd think because the way I made it, it splits down the spike steam on the back, so I can zip down the back, slide out of the legs, and then slide the thing down to my ankles, and then step out of it, and then I'm basically just in shorts and some long gloves. Because the Reptar arms are like armpit length gloves. And then that's the hardest part is if you're wearing something that takes a minute to put on, it's gonna take a minute to take it off. Think ahead. No. You need the bathroom. Yeah. Think ahead. You're gonna take a minute to get that thing off. Don't wait until you get it out.
Especially if you're trying to get into a stall as well,
Yeah. Well, I have no freaking shit. I'm not worried about anything. I'll shred that thing anywhere. I don't care. I still have shorts on. I'm good.
But the same goes for the people in like the one-piece tight suits, like the Spider-Mans, and how some of the Lady Deadpool ones are. I always have to think of him like, I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom soon. We're here. I need to go now. Hey, unzip me real quick, and then I have to go because I need someone to help me with my zippers and stuff. And if I'm fortunate enough, ladies typically are pretty nice. And if I go, can you zip me up or can you unzip me? They're like, yes, honey. And they'll be pretty helpful too if I have to go by myself. But I try to plan ahead so I'm not in a moment where I'm like, I gotta go.
No, I don't know how people like, for example, I don't know. I forgot. I can't remember what he answered. But when I was talking to Hum and H2, when he's wearing those big the big bulky cosplays and everything like Juggernaut, like the ones that you're on the stilts and you takes 6 people to get you in. Like, I don't know how people do that, but I give props if you're able to either hold your bladder or like you said, I agree with this. Plan ahead if you have to go to the bathroom at a con in a cosplay that just requires a bunch of zipper and then buttonings and
First thing is no energy drinks.
No, because that makes it worse.
Go right before you get in. Which usually you're in the bathroom anyways because you're gonna strip down to something less. So you usually go to the bathroom, ditch your outer layer, so you're in like shorts and a tank top or whatever your undercoating is. One of those balaclava things because a lot of
the balaclava thing.
Yeah. Because if your face shows through it and it needs to be dark, because you're not supposed to be seen in there, it's supposed to be darkness in there, for like the Mysterions and stuff like that. So a lot of them use those. But yeah, you plan before you start, give yourself the best head start, and then you plan your exit route and you estimate about how much time you have based on the last time you wore the thing and what the weather is and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no. I completely agree. Now before we get into the cosplay portion of this, it's the thing I always ask at the end of the convention part of this. Dream cons you plan on going to for this year, and what is that like ultimate con you want to go to, but right now it's just not in the budget right now?
Well, we really want to go to LA Comic-Con. That's in October. So we're hopefully gonna make a budget with that with tax returns. So hopefully, fingers crossed we'll be able to go this year because we've been wanting to go, and it's like the only time I would ever have a chance to meet Amy Jo Johnson because I am a diehard Power Ranger fan.
Power Rangers fan, Pink Ranger all the way.
So I would love to meet her. I know we're gonna meet Walter Jones in a couple of weeks because he'll be here in Sacramento.
Oh, that's right, because him and David Yost, always attend Sac Anime or SacCon.
Oh, Johnny Young Bosch, he will be at Sac Toy Con in, I want to say it's in March. I can't remember. I think it's in March when Sac Toy Con is, but Walter Jones will be at another local one, another Comic Verse. He'll be here on February 2nd.
Ooh.
So I guess by the time this airs, it'll be the next day. And we'll be there. Because I got to meet Walter.
I've noticed that the actor David Yost, who plays as the Blue Ranger, is also frequents down there too. I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, he does. When I found out he was gonna be at a comic store in the Bay Area, I raced down there to go meet him. He was the first Power Ranger I ever met, and I was so
Nice.
excited to do that.
What about you, Jeff? What is your aside from LA Comic Con? Do you have any other cons you would love to attend? Whether it's even out of state, are there cons you would love to attend out of state?
I've been trying to get to Monster Palooza for a couple of years.
Oh,
I'm a big horror movie fan. The wall you can't see over here is just covered in masks. I have Sam, the Frankenstein clown, skulls, all kinds of stuff up here.
nice.
But
I've heard good things about Monster Palooza too.
yeah, I actually had my tickets the COVID year, and they reimbursed everyone's tickets and canceled the thing. And Clive Barker was supposed to be there. I'm like, but
That's right.
Clive, I
At
don't care if I get a little sick, Clive.
least they were nice enough to reimburse everyone because they know how much that convention means to a lot of horror fans, especially when you have people like Robert Englund who frequents that con quite a bit.
Yeah, that's not a cheap con either. That's when you're gonna spend a little bit on the ticket.
Oh yeah, no, it's a well-known
I think
con.
my 3-day ticket was somewhere in the $120 range.
That sounds about right. It's a big con.
Mm-hmm.
Standard tickets are like.
I bought one, and Nathan bought one.
Oh, I thought you bought both of them.
No, I put them both, and he paid me.
Okay.
Well, I hope you guys get to go to that one and LA Comic Con.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be nice to take your son to both of those when the time comes.
Yeah, he'll love that. Like he's been to Southern California, but for Power Morphicon, so we were able to go to that.
Oh yeah, the Power Rangers one.
Yeah, we were able to get in for that with Sat Geeks, and it was like
when they were
heaven for me.
Nice. Now into the cosplay one. You guys actually answered quite a few of the cosplay questions already. Let's see here. So, and I'll start with you, Sandra, then Jeff. You guys can answer however you want. When it comes to someone who's wanting to get into cosplay, what advice would you like to give? Whether it's how do they start, or because I know a lot of people who want to get into the hobby, they type in cosplay and they see all these well-known cosplayers, who've been doing this for a while, and they think that's what cosplay is. I don't know if I want to do that now because I mean, let's face it, this hobby's not cheap, but it is affordable.
Yeah, I've been asked this question before, and I just say just do it. Even if you throw on your Halloween costume, or you go through your closet and throw stuff in together. Everyone has their own interpretation of characters. Like Jeff has 5 different variants of Deadpool, and it's just different clothes and stuff with a Deadpool mask mostly. So yeah, you can just do it. It doesn't matter if you don't have the high quality stuff that costs a couple $100 and you bought something off Amazon that costs $30. It's whatever makes you feel happy and you enjoy it. And if you really like it, and eventually you will spend all your money on it like we do.
Like you do. Same question for you, Jeff. Advice for someone who's wanting to get into cosplay, but they're not sure what to do or, how much they should spend and everything.
Honestly, you don't even have to spend anything. There's a couple of cosplayers that bring awesome costumes to SAC Anime all the time. One of them being the Mountain Dew Knight.
I've seen him. I saw him back.
Full armor out of the thing.
I saw him back at SACCon 2017. I freaking loved. I think it was either SAC Anime or SACCon, but I remember seeing him, and I that is so cool that he took Mountain Dew cans and boxes and just made a full-on samurai armor.
There's that one, but the one that I was talking about is there's a medieval one now too.
Ooh.
And then there's also, I think, 2 girls now that have taken there's a couple of people that have taken Pokemon or Magic the Gathering lands and made full gowns out of the things.
I've seen the
layers
Pokemon
of
one.
Cards like shingles.
I mean,
And
the
you can
cards
get
are going to cost you a lot of money, but like it's worth it.
your fees not so much. You go to a freaking comic shop where they have the loose cards, and you get freaking 20 of them for like $3. Energies are cheap. It's the actual characters that cost you.
Oh yeah, no. And I'm sure another thing you guys can agree on, because I every time I've talked to anyone on this channel for the past 4 years, they've always said the same thing and agreed on it. Thrifting. Thrifting does not hurt. It's budget friendly, and you can find a lot of great stuff if you go
Yeah.
thrift shopping for your cosplay.
Temu, Shein,
Yeah.
Amazon. You find all kinds of cheap stuff on there.
Like I randomly found Bruce's very first Deadpool costume at a thrift store. I saw it, wasn't sure if it was gonna fit him. I bought it anyways, and it fit him for like a year. And then we turned it into the Deadpool riding the unicorn that you would see when you see
Right
us.
there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember seeing you guys as Lady and Kid Deadpool back at Metal Arc and Anna Medford last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck, my newest Deadpool that I just made, I 3D printed a pair of Hello Kitty ears. My mask was from Temu, and the rest of I had Hello Kitty pajamas on that I bought at Ross. And the T-shirt was something I won at a con, and it was just a Hello Kitty One Piece T-shirt, Want It poster
You
T-shirt.
won that for being Reptar.
Yeah, I won that for
Vacacon.
Reptar at VacCon.
That is so awesome.
So I think altogether I had like maybe $60 into that whole costume.
And see, you can do a lot with less. And from what I've heard and seen in the years I've known about this hobby, like it may look intimidating, but when you really look into it, if you do your research well enough and go like onto Instagram or YouTube, you can find a lot of like, low budget stuff for your cosplays. Even just, just wear your regular clothes, wear a wig, boom, you're wearing a casual version of a comic book character or an anime character.
Or I mean, almost everybody knows somebody with a 3D printer. A lot of the time you can get someone to print you something too.
Exactly, and that's the best thing. Like, there are people who are willing to work with you when it comes to commissions, whether it's cosplayers who've been long retired but still want to, help, make something for someone, or someone who wants that, you need a prop made and got a 3D printer. Like, and 3D printers are surprisingly, they're they're not cheap, they're not expensive, but like if you have the money, you can easily get yourself a 3D printer and find like a bunch of free PDF files on Etsy.
Thingiverse or Maker. There's a bunch of websites that give out free ones. I just picked up one off of printer Facebook Market for under $100, and it's
Very nice.
It's an old Ender 3, so it's not a bad printer either.
And you also have those 3D resin printers like Anycubic.
Yeah, those things are good for the detail. If you need like little fine detail stuff, those are really good for that.
Yeah.
But they just know if you go with those, there's chemicals that go with it, so make sure you have ventilation.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm sure you guys can agree when it comes to working with any type of material, especially if it's the material you're using is known to spread through the air. Always wear. And I'm sure you guys can agree with this. If you're going to work with any type of material that's known for,
Go on, he's getting stuff to show you.
Oh yeah. What is?
Mask.
Oh yeah.
Just tons of safety glasses.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was just about to say. Is like if you're speaking of, I'm sure you guys can agree with this. If anyone is wanting to like make something with cosplays and it like the stuff is known to spread around like the area you're in, or there's the harsh chemicals, always wear protective eye gear and a mask because you don't want to inhale that stuff. Next thing you know, you get sick halfway through making whatever you are for your cosplay.
And gloves.
You don't want to burn yourself either.
Airflow so the fumes don't get into the house and make the rest of your family sick.
That's some sound advice, especially someone like you, Jeff, who makes cosplays for all of you.
Yeah, I have this room set up so I can. There's a laundry room in between the cosplay area here and the rest of the house. I can check both those doors, open up the laundry room window so that anything that does get past that first door has a vent out. And then I have a back door here I can open up, and I have a fan aimed out the front window so I can make this room into a wind tunnel.
Ooh, that's pretty clever. No, that's honestly good. Also, what is it like when your son is wanting to cosplay? Does he pick the cosplays? Do you guys pick the cosplays? How does that all work out when having a son who's wanting to like to cosplay certain characters? And I imagine also you have to make sure that those cosplays are age appropriate. Because let's face it, I've seen my fair share and heard my fair share of hearing how kids are cosplaying characters from stuff that's like 18 plus. I'm like, does your your parents know who you're cosplaying as? Because you should be cosplaying that character.
I mean, he's been Deadpool since like the first movie.
But I feel like Deadpool is kid friendly because he was in an episode of the animated Spider-Man show a few years back.
Well, also it's because it's not just when he has seen all the movies. It's just it's how you parent your kid. I mean, hearing swear words, it's like just you don't say them. But what we call the calendar girl scene in the first movie, we don't let him watch that.
I know exactly what scene you're talking about. Yeah, no.
But so what really started? He did the Aang, and then he's like, "I like this." He liked the attention, and he goes, "Dad, will you make me a BMO? I want to be BMO."
BMO.
So that's how Jeff and him built the BMO together. And then we spun off of what characters we could do. So that's why I'm Marceline, Jeff's Finn, and then Jeff built himself the Jake suits.
Ooh.
And most of the time, we kind of go off of what Bruce likes and what he wants to do. Or sometimes if we were like, hey, what do you think about this or that?
Oh, nice. The Marceline guitar. Nice.
Yeah, Jeff built that for me to carry around.
You built Marceline's axe guitar?
Yeah, he did.
If you guys have like a full picture of that, I would love to see that.
Yeah, we can get that. I also built the gold sword,
which Bruce is getting right now.
Oh, the gold. Oh no. See, I like when guests can show off the stuff that is. But I'm glad that because not a whole lot of parents do it. I'm not harping on parents, but like, if your kid's especially young, and because kids have access to a lot of stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
And like. I'm not saying the fandom's name, but I've noticed an influx of like kids under the age of like 18 wanting to cosplay from certain TV shows, and I'm just like, that's not really appropriate. Like, do your parents know? And I'm glad that you guys monitor what he can and can't cosplay, especially since he's still a kid.
Yeah. I mean, he does have a wider gate than some kids, but. You can kind of see it in the back, around up back over here. There's a sandworm because he was just a sandworm from Beetlejuice.
Nice.
Which he won again at Sinister Halloween Con with that one.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Very nice. Now I guess now on to because you guys already talked about cosplay contests and everything as well. I want to talk about the cosplays you've done, as I call it. It's I gotta think of a name for it eventually. But what's that one cosplay you haven't done in so long that you would like to bring back?
As he's staring at the pile of bins. Well, I don't know. We do what I feel is a very good rotation of our costumes.
I have two that I might need to finish rebuilding.
Yeah, we do have some that we put on the back burner because they need repairs.
Oh, not even repairs. I have Sam from Trick or Treat.
Ooh.
So like his pumpkins right here.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice.
There's orange LEDs in there. I'm going to add some. I think I was trying to get like you see the lanterns with the fabric, where the fan makes them dance. trying to get the flame to work in it, but I think I need to add ventilation to the bottom. I think that's my problem with that one. So I got to play with that a little more and figure out what I need to do there. But then right behind this, you can kind of see the orange peeking through there. That's fabric to redo my entire jumpsuit. So I'm going to custom make myself a whole new jumpsuit for Sam because I just don't like the other ones.
Do you have his lollipop? The lollipop.
I have the lollipop. Yeah. I have the holly hoe with the razor blade inside. And then I actually do pumpkin head Sam instead of burlap.
Ooh. Oh yeah, it wears like a weird skeleton pumpkin.
Yeah.
Chick. I finally got to watch the movie last year around Halloween. I'm like, that is the fact that it was a kid playing that character was like impressive.
I actually just got to meet him, and I have a picture of me and I have a Caltrans jumpsuit that I use right now for mine that I've just added the yellow patches and stuff to. I got a picture with him with me wearing that and he was holding my pumpkin while I had the Neko figure signed by him.
Nice. If you have a picture of that, I would love to share that.
Yeah, we definitely got that picture.
I know most of the stuff we talk about is on our Instagram, but I can send you stuff too.
Oh yeah, no, please.
We
the Anti-Ridian.
And it's been signed.
That is nice.
Marceline is there. Tom Kinney is there because he's Ice King, and then there's John
DiMaggio.
John DiMaggio
as Jake. That is cool. Who made that Anti-Ridian?
Me. And
is that a Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys make that or did you buy that?
Yeah. That's 100% made. It was scrapped from when I made my Jake suit. Hold on, dude.
That is so cool.
The buttons and the limbs are the sensory noodles.
That is okay. That is awesome. Now what is a anyone can answer this. What is that one and done cosplay? It's basically a cosplay that you did once, but like it was just because you wanted to try it out. Someone asked you to. It was for a photo shoot, but like since then it has not been done, and it would like take a lot for you to like, okay, let's do this again because we haven't done it in so long.
So we don't even have all the parts to the one that we went off, but last Silver Age on Sunday, because we hosted a Marvel meetup for both days. We did Adventure Time crossovers with Marvel. So I was Deadpool in a Jake suit.
Oh, I love that.
She was Marceline Spider-Punk.
I can see it.
And then he was B. MODOK.
I love that.
Oh,
and those were the legs. That were the MODOK's legs.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And I'm gonna say his name wrong. Brian Holleran, who's Dante from Clerks.
Brian O'Halloran, yeah.
Yeah, he saw us in those cosplays and he thought it was great and he got a picture of it. He posted it on his story and we're like, so I at least was really giddy that he loved it so much that he put it on his social media with a picture of us.
Yeah. And this was the faceplate that went around BMO, and then there was a red light up here for the gem.
Oh, that is awesome.
And then because it already says BMO on the side, I just made up pieces that hung off the sides of it. And this was all hooked to elastic all the way around. Oh, you found the light. There was a piece that hung off the elastic on both sides that said Doc. So on both sides of him, it said B MODOK. There you go.
Oh, that is awesome. That is very cool. Now, to you, Sandra, what is your guys' favorite, as I call it, comfort cosplays? A cosplay you will, anytime you get the chance to, you will want to cosplay. What's been your all-time favorite cosplay for you all that you've done?
For us as a group,
it's
Deadpool. It's kind of our go-to. We don't know what we're gonna do. Throw on Deadpool. For me personally, I like to throw on my Sally the Ragdoll. I really like dressing up as her. But yeah, as a group, we mostly like to do Deadpool.
Finn's nice and simple for me because it's a blue shirt, blue shorts.
Oh yeah, blue shirt, the hat, the
Bruce,
socks, and
what's your
the.
go-to cosplay? Bruce says Deadpool too.
Good answer.
Finn's nice when it's middle of summer and it's 100 and something degrees in Sacramento, and I actually get to wear shorts for once.
And not to mention, I'm sure it's nice to have it. Do you have his green backpack as well?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. They
sell them
awesome.
on Amazon.
Yeah, I've seen that they even sell his. I saw that his beanie as well. I've seen the regular beanie, and I've seen like the beanie where it has like the knots at the bottom, like they're like the string rope things. That is awesome.
I got the beanie and that off Amazon. I used a pair of he has the beanie. I have.
Oh, nice.
So I have a pair of the high top DC snow boots that are all black that I use for a couple different costumes. I use them for my foot soldier. I use them for Finn, and I use them for something else. I forget what the other costume they were on, but I use them for a couple different costumes. I said foot soldier, Finn. I think there's one more, but
foot soldier for who?
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Foot Clan, Foot Ninja.
Yeah, I do the old school purple outfit, foot soldier from the cartoon.
Oh, nice. Not like that dark reddish purple from the movie.
Forearm shields and the triangle plate on the shield chest piece.
Nice.
They do not sell the Red Foot Clan pack. I had to take a piece of vinyl and on the back side and cut out the foot shape, and the only vinyl I had was BMO tealish blue green because it was leftovers from building. So BMO's plates change, so I needed a place to put the faceplate. So I made a matching backpack on BMO, so I had somewhere to stick the extra faces. But had leftover the fabric, and the backside of it was like a white. So I took a red Sharpie and I just freaking sat there and inked the thing until it was the right shade of red. After I cut it out and then sewed it to the freaking thing, and I added the mesh for the eyes, and yeah, that one took it's not. Oh yeah, you got your Foot Clan bag or your KC bag, and a Deadpool for two. So.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, now on to cosplays you guys are currently working on, and all-time dream cosplay, whether it's a group or separate ones you want to do. Starting with you, Sandra.
We're slowly building a squirrel girl for me because it's just hard to find the right pieces to make for her or get, because sometimes we like to be pretty precise, like we like to follow how the comic book version versus like the movie or TV shows or something. So sometimes we in particular like to get very particular about our characters that we're going to do and how we want them to look.
Yeah, a good example of that is Bruce is Kidpool, but he's Kidpool from the comics instead of the movies, where in the comics he had green lightsabers. He dual-wielded green lightsabers backhanded.
No, wait, he had lightsabers in the comic, or?
In the Deadpool Corp comics.
Oh, nice.
So, and I have so many costumes in the works, but the one that I'm looking forward to that I haven't even started yet is eventually I am building a massive Appa.
Oh, a massive what?
Appa. Yep.
Oh, Appa from. So you're in the midst of like how big of Appa are we talking about?
Like his front legs will be my arms, his back legs will be my legs. They'll be free floating legs, kind of like that string puppet style in the middle, and his head will probably be 3.5-ish feet wide.
Ooh.
I'll be looking out of his mouth And one of the things I'm trying to learn is how to do like servo work, like RC car type stuff. Because I would like to make it where I can blink the eyes, and I also want to figure out how to make the eyes where I can turn them.
Ooh, that would be cool. When that'd definitely be cool, especially having your son as Aang again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to build on it for sure, is I'm building the saddle that they all rode in, but I'm building it onto one of the old, like army rocking where you like stack your own stuff onto the backpack frame.
Mm-hmm.
That way he can stand in the saddle up there.
Ooh.
And I can hold him up on my back as I'm Appa.
Now, also, do you ever plan on making his hang glider from the show?
He has the Spirit Halloween where it's like fully clothed. It's basically a staff.
Mm-hmm.
He has that version. The other version would be rather bulky in the con and really hard to move around with it open.
Oh yeah.
We have made him a airball.
Oh yeah, the one that he rides on and then like just basically.
Yeah, we didn't make the one he rides on, but the classic image where he's like the energy ball right there.
That one where he's like.
Yeah, we made him that air ball, and it actually lights up, and it's a clear Christmas ornament that's painted all on the inside. Nice. So it can fall, it can hit the ground. He actually has 2 or 3 versions. I also found a nightlight, and I redid that as one. So
that would be fun. Now back to you, Sandra. What is like your what is your all-time dream cosplay? Just right now, is a cosplay you all want to do, but right now it's just not in the budget or like skill set. I'm not like when I say skill set, I'm like like make it a bad thing. It's just like something you'll have to learn along the way in order to like want to have it.
Trying to think because we have a list, but we don't always like to reveal our plans sometimes. Well, I can say we are making these big shells, essentially, that we can make skins for to take them off and on to be different characters.
Ooh, I've seen that technique before, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of material and learning new skills to create those.
Oh, so like the ones like in certain movies or stage productions, like they're like wearing something underneath and they just rip it off, and the next it's like another thing they're wearing.
More like okay, so like one of the ones that we'll work on there that we can talk about is minions. So it's going to be like a shell and then straps and hoops and then another shell at the bottom, and then your legs stick out, your arms stick out, and there's padding on there to hide all the ribbing and all that stuff.
Ooh.
But and the minion's just one skin you can put on. You can put anything in that pill type shape on it technically.
Ooh,
so
that would be
you just make
cool.
new arms, you make new legs, and you reskin it. So
very nice.
Changing your it's basically a change of a silhouette. That you can just put new costumes onto that new silhouette.
Very nice.
I'm looking at even remaking Jake into that part of that set.
That'd be pretty cool, honestly, to see. I can't wait to see that. Now, on to my favorite questions. I call them, well, not really curveball questions, but so has out of the three of you, has anyone ever had a cosplay mishap, whether it was for the prop, the cosplay, something like ripped, broke, shattered, just fell apart while you were getting ready for the con, at the con, or as I've heard over the past 4 years, after doing a photo shoot, you find out some part of the cosplay just like ripped.
So, BMO's faceplate currently has a whole seam that's slowly separating. Yeah, BMO gets fixed every time before he goes out.
Just like the real just like the beam on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reptar, his whole back seam, I got to re-sew before I take him out this spring.
And his tail needs some
cleaning
and fine tuning.
So you're always going to have stuff. Jake's one of his eyeballs is currently disconnected. When I somewhere in between leaving the con and unloading him from the car, one of his eyeballs fell off.
But we
Oh,
still have
no.
it. We didn't lose it.
Well, that's it. That's good. I mean, he's a magic dog after all, so you know.
I think I lost one of the knobs on Marcy's base and
Yeah.
didn't realize it until like after a contest or something like that.
That was
Ah,
Doctor, I think, actually. That one went missing.
that's never fun.
Yeah, because they were like
Oh,
hard to find to look just as close to hers in the show, even though it's a cartoon, as we could, so it didn't look too funky.
so they were the ones that were the original ones for my Ibanez Geo base. And I just upgraded the ones for my base and took those knobs out. I took off my base and used those because they looked right.
Yeah, no, it's never fun, especially when a prop, you know,
Yeah,
the amount of
Well, I
stories
think-
I've heard about props falling apart. It's just never fun.
I think the strap broke off at Powerhouse on it that first time.
Yeah, I
That's what
fixed the
happened.
strap 2 or 3 times on that thing. Sometimes we'll carry around a JBL speaker for audio. And I found these clips they sell on Amazon that clip onto the speaker. They're a little like hoop style clip that clips on there. But the other side just has like a yoke with a single screw that goes through it. And it fits on the bottom of backpacks that way. So you can put it under your backpack behind you and it just goes on your normal backpack, which is wonderful until you lose one of the screws.
It's always something with the prop. And it's never fun when you like. At least you've never lost any of the stuff from those props, which is a good thing.
The knob.
Oh yeah, the knob,
but
yeah.
Not a whole lot. Nothing that can't be easily solved.
Replaceable. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Even the Enchiridion shows some wear because I carry it with my hand on the bottom a lot. So like this bottom lip down here is starting to roll. And then over here you have a bunch of freaking rub marks, but it almost works better because it's supposed to be an ancient book.
Oh yeah, no, I have an Enchiridion prop that I got off of Etsy a while back, and yeah, no, like it's supposed to look like, you know, it's an old ancient book.
Well, I
kind of
mean,
like the Necronomicon in a sense.
the lore states that Simon dug the thing up in what essentially was the 90s because Cheers was on TV. So,
Oh yeah.
but
So
this thing also hollowed.
oh, it's hollowed out. Oh, that is cool.
It's a hollowed medical book. So,
Oh wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. And you made that, you said?
yep,
Yeah.
a lot of
Can you,
mod
actually,
spots.
can you show it up real close for those who are watching this?
So,
All right. Oh,
okay.
wow, that yeah. And just lower it a bit.
So,
Oh, wow, yeah, I got the
all
gems
the
for
brown is EVA foam. These silver pieces, all the hardware, are all EVA foam. These darker brown strips are actual leather strap.
Really?
The gems are kind of a two-piece thing. I made a EVA foam seat for them, and then they're little like bracelet gems from a craft store.
Which are supposed to be like the princess's gems and everything.
You will like the if you had a charm bracelet, you could put.
Oh yeah,
colored gems.
those. Okay, those things.
Yeah, I cut all the little hoops off of them. Which, if you're doing that, definitely wear safety glasses. Those things are under tension; they shoot off like crazy.
Oh yeah, no, I imagine.
This was all free-handed off of a picture.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And the book was thrifted.
The book was out of a thrift store, like I said, a medical journal. And I even have the entire backs done up too.
Nice. That's
And
honestly.
The bottom corner has actual the little chipping in the thing. I just took a saw and cut the actual book. I used a coping saw to cut the actual book.
It works if you have the proper tools and everything.
Or if you're resourceful enough.
Oh, that too. I feel like cosplayers are always resourceful, and they're like an alchemist that can turn one thing into something else.
Yeah.
Now, as I like to call them, WTF moments at a con that made you go, did that actually happen? To like, okay, I need to go this way. I'm feeling very uncomfortable. Or just like, or moments that like just made you like, just as I call them, like, or like awkward, funny moments too.
I can't really think of any because I have pretty dark humor, so
Yeah,
I'll
he
laugh
does.
at stuff. So,
Hmm.
I'm trying to. Well, I guess I don't know if it'd be funny or not. But that time when the protesters.
oh, sec anime used to at least have the church people that have their little speaker talking, and you mix
No pun
that with
intended.
cosplayers and things like the black sheep costume and stuff like that. And so now you have a person preaching Jesus next to a guy that's holding a sign that says "Holy Hell."
I've seen video and
Dressed like
pictures
a
of
black
that.
sheep.
Well, the last time they were there,
Yeah.
it was a SAC Anime Winter, and we were dressed as the Boogie Kids. And
The who?
as we're
Oogie Boogie Kids, Lock, Shock, Barrel.
Oh, Lock, Shock, and Barrel, Oogie Boogie
Yeah.
Kids. Sorry.
and we're exiting and walking towards their direction to go to the car, they're talking about sin and stuff, and they're like, "There's a devil and a witch right there," and we're like, "Huh?"
I'm also
Where?
blaring.
Is,
I was
is
also
this?
blaring Slipknot.
Yeah, he put on Slipknot as we actually walked by them. Like, okay, you're gonna do this, all right? How about that?
All right.
Not just Slipknot, but Heretic Anthem.
Oh man, that is awesome. Now, favorite convention moment for all of you. Like, what's been your favorite convention moment? Whether it's something that happened at a con while in cosplay, and it's just like it's something you remember to this day.
Well, I mean, when we were the Boogie Kids at Sinister, we actually won the Best in Show for that one, and they give you a whole freaking wrestling belt for it. And, yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
I'd grab it, but it's like mount it to the wall.
Oh no, like I don't blame you. Like that's like something that should be mounted on a wall. Like some people,
I custom built a frame.
That is
I
awesome.
custom
Like
built a wood box frame that has red stain on it, and then it has like rusty punch steel behind it. Yeah.
Again, that is also, you can see on our Instagram, and it's our background picture on our Facebook page too, because there was apparently some drama with that. So I made a particular post about our wins in general. So I had to like make it a point that no, it wasn't favoritism. We're actually good at what we do.
And, well, the Boogie Kids costume isn't just a costume. I like props because it's the little things that put you over the top. So I made the Scorpion box and the Scorpions move. Plus, there's black lights in there.
ooh, do you plan on ever making the bathtub eventually? Because I know that's going to be.
I do. I actually have an old Power Wheel that I got from a old coworker I used to work with. That is, you can remote control it. So I'm looking at how to turn that into it, and then I also want to make it so the legs are attached to the wheels. So as it drives, the legs actually walk.
Oh, that'd be fun. But yeah, back to your belt thing they have mounted on the wall. Some people like will mount like the head of a deer or an animal or something, or they have like trophies in a case. You guys have like a giant cosplay belt above. That is awesome.
Right over here, there's like a closet for this room, and above it is the belt, and then down the side there's like 3 certificates, and there's the trophy I won when I was Reptar dangling off the wall. It's like one of those like double hoop style trophies, and I just have a screw with the handle hooked on it.
And a 3D printed
yeah.
metal that Bruce got and stuff. So that's just the awards wall, basically.
And I'm sure you guys can agree with this. You know, whether you win or lose a cosplay contest, always be mature about it. You know, like if you lose, always be happy for the person who wins, or if you win, don't be the type of person like, oh, we won all these, like, and I'm sure you guys can agree with this. Like, no matter what, at the end of the day, you're all just having fun when entering a cosplay contest.
Yeah, I mean, if you on a lot of the contests, the people that are the judges are also special guests, and they're somewhere out there on some part of the floor. If you want to know why you didn't win, you can just go up to them after the thing and ask them what held me back, what could I do better, and they'll talk to you. They'll give you advice. They'll tell you. Most of them are creators and build their own stuff, and they can be like, what held you back is one thing that will get you is like hot glued seams. If you hot glue a fabric seam versus sewing it, it doesn't look as nice. So
it's also noticeable too, especially if they come up looking at, like, especially if when it comes to prejudging,
if there's prejudging, if there's prejudging, they're looking your costume over pretty close.
Oh, they're looking at like with an eyeglass or something, or like.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that they would, but like these are people who.
That's pretty much what it's like when you actually have a prejudge. They will walk around you, ask you questions,
and some of them will even, if like you had a big gown on, some of them will even ask if they can lift the bottom hem, so that they can look at the backside to see what the backside of it looks like, to see the quality of the actual work.
Oh, yeah, and especially, because, I mean,
it all depends on what level con you're in too. Like you said, there's different cons. There's also different level competition. So there's there's your Ohana con where everyone wins. There's one best of show where you get a little bigger prize, but everyone wins. Then you step up to your mid-range cons, like I would say
the weekend blenders.
Well, weekend blender, or even like VAC cons, like towards the top edge of that. Stockton Con has a smaller competition typically. The competition's not as stiff, and then you go into like the next tier would be like SAC Anime, where you have a prejudge. They're looking at all your stuff real close. If you can do pre-enroll, where you do skits, and then you step up from there and you go into like your WonderCon, San Diego, where you better bring your A game, because
like you like have to like
thousands into those costumes.
Oh yeah, no, like you have to make a good, like, mainly like almost 100% your cosplay has to be like made by you.
Yeah, 100% made by you, 100% on point, everything done the way it should be done. I mean, Reptar is a cool costume, but I wouldn't enter it at that level. It has.
Oh yeah, you got masters, journeymans, you got novice. So like the cons like you and I attend, like the Colossus Girl Entertainment, they have that new category where it's a non-made category. Like you didn't have to make it. Like you could have like bought it, pieced it together off of certain things, and then you got
my Deadpools are a lot of them.
Yeah, no, but like no, that's. I'm glad that you guys have that you think that, no matter where you win or lose, you just got to be mature about it and just don't, throw a hissy fit, because if people see you throw a hissy fit at a cosplay contest, they're like, oh, they're that. Well, there's kind of a red flag there.
Even if you feel like, why did they win? We don't make a scene about it or anything. We're just like, okay, don't understand, but whatever. It was up to the judges. We don't make a big stink about it.
Yeah. I mean,
because that can have a big effect on you guys.
Yeah,
and even like what was that one? The last Powerhouse they did in California. There was me and another dude. He thought I was going to win. I thought I knew he had a solid chance at it, and he ended up winning. I came over and like, your thing looks great. Good job. Congratulations. And that's when he told me. He's like, dude, I thought you had it.
No, mad respect, and it's also nice seeing cosplayers being supportive while waiting for to be called up on the stage. For someone who's both judged and hosted, it's always good to see the cosplays up close as well.
Yeah, and I mean, even backstage, if somebody lost a button or you see someone's hair popping out of their wig, even if they're the competitor, but at the same time, you'd be like, hey, your stuff's hanging out.
Yeah,
in the back.
no, always. I like how helpful they are.
Oh yeah, and I've been asked of other women because they're like, okay, I only feel comfortable asking another female, and they're like, can you help me adjust my corset or this or that or something? I'm like, yeah. Also, I see this. Is this okay if I touch you and do this and that? I'm like, yes, please. So, yeah, I'm like, I know everyone wants to try to do their best, and I'm not going to sabotage anybody. So,
No, that's yeah. No, I completely agree. So, last question before I ask your guys's for your guys's links and everything. Um, Last minute advice you want to throw out there. Whoever wants to go first. What last minute advice would you want to give to those who are out there watching and are listening to this?
Just try it.
yeah, go for it.
I mean, you're not gonna know if you like it if you've never tried it. And worst case, those most costumes you can resell or just get a
Reuse,
cheap one and give it away if you didn't like it.
or you can use it to create it into something else.
Upcycling. That's some real sound advice, and I do agree that there are people who will take their old cosplays and turn it into something else. I'm sure you guys have done that quite a few times.
I mean, I have a whole box somewhere over there that's just clothes that I don't use anymore, but I still fit, but I just don't wear them anymore. They're like old jeans that I don't wear. I just shoved them into the box. Eventually, I'm going to need a pair of freaking jeans or something to put under something or make as a layer of something. Or maybe I just need a chunk of denim.
Denim. So finally, again, guys, thank you for coming on. But real quick, as I always try to ask, mind dropping those links below so people know where to find you guys to stay up to date with your cosplays and your conventions and everything.
Yes, so you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Delong Fam Cosplay. Just put that in, and that's us. You see the unicorn, like you see back here. That's our logo. You see that? You'll know that's us. Also, we are featured on a website called Jmart and their Cosplay Corner. So we have a page there about us as well, along with other cosplayers too.
Ooh, I'll have to have you guys definitely send me those links so I can put it in the description below.
So now on Wednesdays, somewhere between 6 and 6:30, I'm doing live streams where I'm just building stuff.
Ooh,
whatever I need to work on, whatever I need to fix, I just kick on the camera and we kind of do it as a group.
Yeah, I briefly saw a bit of that. I didn't see the live, but I saw after it was already made live, and I can't wait to see more of that. Definitely for those who are watching, highly recommend following them. Yeah, no, I can't wait to see what you guys do. I can't wait to see you at. Do you guys plan on going back to Metal Arc and Animed for this year?
Oh, we'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll definitely be seeing you guys.
Yeah, we're basically like their table crew because we help them run the tables. Jeff helps them set up the audio so they can not have to worry so much and have extra hands on.
Oh yeah,
That's how we ended up started to go up there because Phil said that he was going to go all by himself. And then we called him and go, hey, if no one's going with you, if you don't mind us all going in there with you, we'll go and help you. And that's how it started, where you saw us there more and stuff because Phil needed help and we were willing to go.
Yeah, no, I remember having to help Phil at the panel table when he was interviewing the guests because
not by himself though. You got to give credit to Tyler.
Yeah,
Tyler, and then when he is there, James as well. James is definitely
when he's there.
Yeah, when James is able to get out there.
Yeah, no. Well, I think that should do it. Again, Jeff, Sandra, and wherever your mini me's at.
He was running. He was having trouble sitting still. I let him go play his game.
No, that's completely understandable. Again, thank you all for coming on. And as always, I am Winnie the Unknown. Until next time, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for watching.